everybody. How you doing? I'm Sophia Perola with Garden State Film Festival, and I have the honor of interviewing Brian Parks, who has not one but two films accepted into Garden State. Very awesome. How you doing, Brian?
We are doing well. How's everybody doing? How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. This is so fun. I love interviewing these filmmakers and hearing about the process. So we are going to be talking about the Flatus scale today, a short film that is accepted into Garden State. I would love for you to introduce yourself and say your title in the film. And then can you give us a little synopsis about what the Flatus scale is about?
I can, and you're probably going to regret asking that question, but here we go. I am Brian Parks. Hello, everybody. I submitted a film many years ago called Oh Baby, and it got accepted into the Garden State Film Festival. And through that, I was able to meet some people, met Lauren, met Diane, and I love the whole experience of the whole thing. And then my buddy Phil made a film called Inference, and that got into the festival 1 year. And then 1 year, we all volunteered, we all helped out. And we've been coming back every year for I don't even know how many years now. Kristen and Lauren will probably kill me for this. Kristen too is another. I mean, everyone's so wonderful working for this thing. So we've become friends with them, and we've been volunteering in Asbury Park, then Atlantic City, and then now back in Asbury Park. Yeah. I wish my buddy Phil could be here today. He's working. You know, I don't do that, so that's why I'm here. But we took a little break for a little while. I actually am an actor in the city. I do some shows off Broadway, nothing crazy here. And I was involved with a play for a couple of, maybe, I don't know if I missed 1 or 2 years, but there was a couple of years I couldn't make it with the volunteering. And I know Phil had to take some time off as well. So last year we were looking forward to coming back, and then COVID all happened, obviously. But we tried to wanted to get a film, try to make a film to get back in the grind a little bit there. And so what we made was this thing called the Flatus scale. And it's, to be honest with you, it's a little embarrassing, but the basic gist is we wanted it to be fun and wanted it to be funny. But am I going on too long here? Am I still, I can still talk here?
Yes.
Sorry, I know there's a long-winded answer here, but yeah, so I was working on something, and maybe a different film for someone else. We were helping out, I was helping out somebody, a buddy of mine. We were putting some sound effects into this thing. And of course, we come across this soundboard of all these different sounds. And of course, like, you know, third grade kids, we came across some fart sounds. And we were playing this, and we were just rolling. We was on the floor, like everything. I was like, am I ever going to grow up? And both of us were like, this is like horrible, but I couldn't get this out of my head. That I think it would be hilarious if it was like a sketch thing or something of a patient going in as a doctor that specialized in this. And I'm not sure this has probably been done again. Or there's probably a million fart movies out there, but this is basically a fart film, is what it is. I hate to break it to you, but that's what it is. So Phil got on board. We started coming up with different things. So basically, he's the doctor and I'm the patient. And we go in, and we got a little too close during this film. He's basically examining me, and it's just really, I mean, I don't know. It's so childish. I don't know where to go, but I'm hoping they laughed enough that they took us in there. I mean, basically, we're just looking for laughs. If you want some cheap laughs, come. If not, at least you'll feel like your film has got to be better than this. But, that's what we got.
No, you're so humble downplaying it. I thought it was very funny. And I thought some of the purpose of films is just to make you laugh and escape reality. And I think that was done very, very well. I enjoyed watching it. And I love that you got to tell us how it came about. We heard some fart sounds and you're like, let's make a film. That's so cool. And I'd love to ask you about the film process, because I know I think the guy you wrote it with, Phil, who I'm sorry, can't make it today. He's in the film as well, correct with you?
Yes. Yeah.
So did you guys since you work with each other a lot, was it just like, let's make this film and let's improv, or did you make a script? What was the process of filming, especially with a friend?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I feel like that's a lot of the intricacies of doing this. Is there's a lot of different ways, and I don't know if there is everyone has their own style and their own thing. I mean, I write a lot on my own, and I like to collaborate with other people as well. So I feel like a lot of people do the same. So for this, it was like, when I started, me and my other friend Bobby, we were laughing with the noises and everything. I wrote like a sketch outline of something that I thought could be funny, and I sent it to Phil, and he's like, yeah, I think we have something here that we could do. And I was like, really? Because I do sketch comedy I have two friends of mine. I do sketch comedy in New York and New Jersey, and I try to write, we'll all write sketches and bring them in. And if I write 25 sketches, maybe 2 will be like, yeah, we can look at this, like my batting average is brutal. So when I brought this to Phil, I was expecting him to go, yeah, we can't, but then of course he falls in love with it because he's got a 2-year-old child like me, I guess, brain. So we're like, all right, let's, but so he took that and tried to streamline it to something we could make as a film, as a short, because I think I had it way extravagant with like a big waiting room and a lot of patience and a lot of noises and sound special effects sounds and electronic gadgets that the doctor would use. And he's like, no, we can simplify this. And so yeah, we banged back and forth on trying to make it shrink the amount of people in it, because we just wanted to, again, it was more about us just trying to wet our whistle on doing something again, and not because we took a couple of years, 2 years away from getting involved and doing much. So it was almost like I guess you want to say kind of a practice film, to get back into the grind. So we made it. It was me, him, and our friend. He got his friend Liz to help out and be in the film as a nurse. God bless her. I don't know, she had the gas mask on and all that. She was a trooper. But yeah. So we kind of like we would work on the script together, or I would take it and do a few things and he would do a few things. So it took a couple of back and forths, probably like 3 or 4 rounds of that. And then we were like, all right, let's run with this. And then while we were filming it, which happens that, on any real film project, I guess, you have the moment where you kind of feel, you get a sense of the feeling of it while you're doing it. Like, this is not working. Maybe we should do this, or a funny bit comes up here. We have to add this in. And then the editing is a whole nother round of that. When you're editing it, you're like, yeah, this is not working, but I could take this from here and use this. And, so there's a lot of moving parts and moving pieces. And at the end of the day, you're hoping that what you have is enough to get a laugh, I guess. I don't know,
Absolutely. And I would love to ask you, because your energy is so great and you act, and then you also, create your own films. And I'm sure you're very artistic. And I'd love to know just like what the power of film means for you. I feel like you like to have fun. So I just love to know your perspective when it comes to film. Why is film so important for people to like invest and support? And why is it so important for artists to make films? Like, what do you get out of them?
Well, what the whole thing I have to say, to be honest, I love is that, and this happened when I was a kid, and it's something my dad showed me old time comedy, and I feel like they would probably regret that now, because now I went into show business and they probably would not really want me to do that. But yeah, I grew up with the Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, all the old time comics, and I just fell in love with the whole idea of that, of laughter and entertainment and everything, and that's where my heart really lies is in that way. But I feel like in growing and getting older and learning, you and especially with these festivals, the film festivals, you experience things you would never really seek out or do. So what I love about this is, like, our short film will be in a block of, like, I don't know how many other films, 8 other films or 9 other films, and I'm seeing things I wouldn't necessarily maybe go see, and the whole thing is just so wonderful. There's nothing like going and seeing other people bring their energy and bring what they have, and it's different from yours, and it's like there's nothing really like it. I can't, and you meet so many people and from different areas of the world and what lives and what they're into. I don't know how you couldn't fall in love with it, to be honest. But I feel like for me, what a lot of it is, when I sit there and I watch a lot of it, is like, there is people that do drama, and I feel a lot of people are telling me, even acting, you should do drama. You could probably be good, and I'm like, I think if anybody puts their mind on anything, they could go get anything, really. But I feel like, for me personally, there's so much sorrow in the world. I can't not want to have some kind of joy. So that's where I go. And Phil's one of those guys too. One of my friends was like, we should do something a little different, a little serious, And I'm like, yeah, And so I feel I'm almost too close-minded in a lot of ways, but I want to be more open. That's why the other film, we threw another one in there, which I know we'll talk about later, where we kind of try to do a little bit something weird and different, not all out gags or all out stupidity. But yeah, I can't, my energy, my friends and my girl, everybody makes fun of me here because I can't stop. I pace. I'm a maniac. You have a wonderful energy too, and you're lovely, and your background's man. But I can't believe someone like you watched it. I feel like the people at the festival, I'm like, I can't believe it. So many women too. I feel this. I don't know if I should be saying this right now, but I'm like, because I think farts, I always associate it with like young guys laughing and joking. And I would be interested to see what your perspective is on this topic. I feel like, I can't believe there's some, like the judges watching this, they're grown up, they're film people, they're watching this, and they're like, what the hell? This is embarrassing, but I also feel like I'm glad that at least you have a smile on your face about it. I don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't have said it better than yourself, because there is so much sadness in the world, especially in the political climate that we're in right now. And you need something that you could just watch and be free and be able to laugh about. And like, no matter how old you are, I mean, farts are funny. Like, I hate to say it, if you don't find a fart funny, then like, you're taking life too seriously. So I think you really accomplished making people laugh and doing something fun, and just like you said, just step away from the world for a little bit and take a break. Yeah. So I think that's great. And that's great. My last question for you, although I love the energy and I love that you talk, I mean, I love that, especially as an interviewer, we want, so thank you. I have to say thank you for that. But my last question for you, because you were talking about the film festival, how you can watch a block and see these films you might not usually see. And, you love Garden State, you volunteered, you've submitted to them in the past, you've worked with them very closely. So I'd love to know just a little more about what Garden State means to you and why it's so important that you submitted this film and your films in the future to Garden State. I'm so sorry for my construction, by the way. There's a loud construction going on.
You mentioned that off camera there, and I was like, wow, I didn't hear anything. And now that was the first time, though. That wasn't too bad. I have to say, when you meet some of the people like Diane and Lauren and Kristen, and my buddy Doug, there's so many people, and there's other people I know of, but I'm not at that involved. Like Heather, I haven't talked to a lot. Who's the guy? I don't want to say any names, I'm going to butcher them. But there's so many people involved. But the people like Diane and Lauren and Kristen, for example, I'll just take them. There's so much heart and energy they put into it that I don't know how you couldn't fall in love with them. I mean, like in fact, last year before COVID, Kristen had this big meeting for the volunteers, and I was like, this is like the amount of work they put in. It's like to us, it's like a one weekend thing. For them, it's like a year round. Whole thing. So it's been nothing but wonderful. I can't. It means a lot. It's something. It's like a bullet point on the calendar. You look forward to it every year. And you go there. You meet different filmmakers. It's a great networking thing in that way. And we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to make films and work and network and meet people and grow and get better and that kind of thing. So I can't. I can't say enough about it. And they put. And the other thing is they do a lot with the. They have the website, they have the program, and that's another thing too. Is even if you're going, and like for me, like if your film is in there and it's in a block, you're kind of going to sit there and watch them because it's like I'm part of this whole thing. Let's support everybody else and watch it. But you also you're like, wow, I'm kind of glad this was here because I wouldn't have. But with the program, you're going to kind of pick and choose. Like, oh, this sounds good, or this sounds interesting, or maybe I know this person. I'll go check this out. But the block thing, I like forces you. Like if you want to see a feature, it's different because maybe you get a short beforehand, but mostly you're there for the one film, which is fine. But I feel like I enjoy the short thing better because you can see so much more and experience more things that you wouldn't be able to maybe normally. But there's so many films and there's so much to do. I just think it's great. I mean, I'm going to be a little honest. I'm going to miss Atlantic City a little bit because I do like to hit the roulette table once in a while. But it's probably better off for back in Asbury.
Oh, I love that. I mean, I love that it means so much to you, and Diane and Lauren and Kristen like personally, and I'm sure they'll appreciate your words because I appreciate it, and the fact that you love the festival and you notice the variety and the passion, and yes, it's all year round for them. I mean, everything you said, I couldn't agree more. So I'm sure they appreciate that, and thank you for your kind words and all the passion and success and talent that you put into the festival and these films that you make. I mean, it's really great and inspiring. But let me tell everyone who's watching how they can watch one of Brian Park's films, the Flatus Scale. It will be premiering in the Berkeley Hotel in the venue of the Johnny and June Room, Saturday, the 27th, 9 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. So we can have a fun Saturday night. People can have some fun, lay back, laugh at some farts, have a good time. So congratulations, Brian. We know we'll see you in the future and at the festival this year. And I hope you have a great time, and congrats again.
Thank you very much. You're a wonderful interviewer. This was very much fun. And thanks for telling everybody about the film because I thought you were going to ask me. And I totally have it written down somewhere, but I have no idea exactly when and where. So that was great. But we'll be there. So come say hello to me and Phil and come hang out. We'll have some fun, some laughs. And thank you.